Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode. My name is Jacqui. I am one of the summer camp directors for Catalina Sea Camp.
And my name is Sydney. I am also a director at Catalina Sea Camp.
And my name is Paul, and I am also a director at Catalina Sea Camp.
And you're watching the Summer Camp Breakdown. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We've got a big episode that I think a lot of people from Sea Camp, Astro Camp, Guided Discoveries, and other families will really want to tune into.
Yeah, we are going to talk to you and share our knowledge on how to choose a summer camp that is right for your camper. Because everybody's different.
Yeah.
Not everyone's the same, and everyone has different interests, and there's so many different camps out there now that you have an opportunity to truly change your child's life with the camp that you choose for them.
Yeah, and summer camps, just to put it out there, arguably one of the best experiences you can provide for a child. I think if we could, every single kid we could send to summer camp if we could do that, because I think that there's so much growth and development and important things that they learn. And I mean, it's just a pivotal experience for kids. So if you're a family and you're thinking about sending your kid to a summer camp, this will be a good episode for you to listen to, because we're going to talk about our experiences and the advice we would give you.
So I'm going to begin by getting this out of the way. We all went to Catalina Sea Camp.
We did. We were all campers.
Yeah.
So my first question, I'll throw it at you, Sydney, is did you choose to go to Catalina Sea Camp? Did you go to other camps? Were you involved in that selection process?
Yeah, I did get to choose to go to Catalina Sea Camp. My older brother went there, and so I saw him go, and I told my parents I want to go to that really cool place that he gets to go to every summer. So I got to choose that. Before I went to Catalina Sea Camp, I had done quite a few day camps in and around my community, mostly out on the beach as well. So I did get to be a little bit a part of that choosing process. However, we weren't choosing from as many camps as there are now, as well as all the different places around the country.
How old were you when you were given the choice, and then how many years did you return to Sea Camp?
Yeah, I was 12 when I was given the choice. So my first summer was when I was 12, and I continued going all the way until I was 17.
Okay. Yeah. Was it your first overnight?
It was my first overnight camp, yes.
Okay. Yeah, because that's
away from home.
And that's something that we want to talk about, is whether you want to send your kid to an overnight camp or a day camp. I think day camps, there's a lot of really amazing day camps out there that can give your kids just as amazing of a summer camp experience.
I'm going to jump in and say my parents were very different than yours. I had zero say. I grew up in the 70s and in the 80s. I had zero say where I went. It was Saturday, and my dad's like, pack, you're going to a camp on a beach. Pack, you're going to a camp in the mountains. And I had zero say. And it took me a long time as a child to find the camp where I felt connected. I went to, I'm not going to list them here because a lot of them are still happening and running today, camps that I didn't really connect with. I didn't connect with the message. I didn't connect with the program. I didn't connect with the people. And when I was sent, because I didn't choose, to go to Catalina Sea Camp, that was when it clicked.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I was sent to a lot of different camps, a lot of faith-based camps through my church, 1 week long overnight programs, day camps through YMCA. My parents kind of put me in a mixture of everything, and I really disliked all of them. I don't know why. I kind of liked my day camp because I got to go home at night, but I did select to go to Catalina Sea Camp when I was 17 years old, mainly because I wanted to do marine biology in college, and I saw it had marine science opportunities, so that's why I selected it. But I didn't even know it existed, really, until I was 17.
There are lots of ways to find camps. You can obviously just use Google, and sometimes you are just looking at the camps who have the most money or know their way around Google AdWords and whatever it is. What I recommend is going to a website that lets other camps shine. So, for example, wake.org. WAIC.org is an organization that has what I think are some of the best camps in America, and they are on there, and they're selected out from other programs, and you're able to really look at what's available, and it narrows it down. These are all camps that are also accredited by the American Camp Association. That is incredibly important. Let me just say, I've probably said this 100 times before. Anyone can start a camp. I can go start Paul's bean camp, and we have garbanzo day, kidney day, black bean day, whatever it is, and I might not drug test my staff. I might not background check my staff, etc. The American Camp Association comes in and looks at how you serve food, what you do in case of emergency. They look at your water heaters. They look at how you. Yeah,
they give you the stamp of approval. Like, this is a safe camp.
Please send your child to a camp that's accredited by the American Camp Association. Yes, I can't say that enough.
I would say yes, Wake. Definitely check out Wake. Think about what's right for your family too. If you're looking for a day camp or an overnight camp, are you looking for a camp that's within driving range of where you're going to be living in the summertime? Are you comfortable sending your camper on a flight to a summer camp? These are important kind of just family decisions to decide like what's right for you, and that can help you gauge like the location of the camps. Because there might be a camp that you really, really like on Wake, but it's a 2-hour flight and you're not comfortable sending your kid on an airplane. So I would really think about where you want to send them, how far you want them to be, how long you want them to be there, because there's programs from a few days to like 12 weeks long. So it's really also what's right for your family. So I would say that's like one of the first conversations you should have, and then start looking up programs that meet those basic needs.
Yeah, once you start to filter out the things that you want for your family or for your kid, it makes it way less overwhelming to start looking for camps, because you know what type of things that you need to find in the perfect place for your camper.
Have your camper look at maybe a selection of 5 to 6 different camps.
Yeah.
Let them look at the social media. Let them look at the YouTube channel. So they see, is this a community where I'm going to feel comfortable? Are these activities that I want to do? It's just putting the power in their hands. They're going to go into it in a much more optimistic, excited type way.
Yeah. And also budget. Financially, what are you comfortable spending for summer camps? A lot of summer camps have financial aid programs and scholarship applications, so looking up that element as well is really important. There were some things we were talking about earlier, important niche questions that like parents ask us after they've enrolled their kids, but are important to them, like camper to staff ratio. How many kids per adult are there at your camp? What's the food like?
Is the food served buffet style? Is the food served family style?
Dietary restrictions.
Can they accommodate allergies and things of that sort? Because there are some camps that run all year as an outdoor education facility like us and are used to everything from dairy anaphylaxis to something, as simple as like what I have. I guess it's not simple, but gluten-free.
Yeah, gluten-free.
And you. Yeah. Camps, not all camps can accommodate all of those needs.
Yeah. So thinking about those things also, I mean, a lot of people will kind of say after we've enrolled, we like to ask the director those questions, and that's totally fine. But it's something that you can get the answer to before you enroll as a family.
Jacqui mentioned budget. There are a lot of camps that are very expensive. As someone who works for a nonprofit, I have found that there are a lot of camps that I cannot afford. A great question to ask a camp that you are interested in is, do you have financial aid? And what is the basis of giving of that financial aid? What's the reason? What are they looking for? Because I know that when we do financial aid, we take into account, yes, this family makes over 6 figures, but they have 2 kids in college and they have a 14-year-old. And we understand a $6,000 to $7,000 investment is a lot to ask, and we do take that into account, as do many other camps. So even though a summer camp might not say we have financial aid available on their website, you can still ask.
Something that I notice when I'm talking to other families too is people are surprised that there is literally a summer camp for everyone, and for like niche summer camps, not just ocean adventure, mountain, wakeboarding type summer camps. Like there are summer camps out there for kids who've recently lost parents. Like you can send your kid to a camp to be with a community of other kids.
Where if you want your child to just speak French and go in a canoe.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's that camp. There's cooking camps.
There's cooking camps.
There's a camp that just focuses on stunt work or being in potentially a Cirque du Soleil.
Or what's the camp that we like that it's all for campers who've experienced unique heart conditions?
Camp del Corazon.
Camp del Corazon.
Yep.
I mean, it seriously, if you're like, oh, well, my camper, maybe has this type of disability, or my kid, is going through this in life, and I don't know if summer camp, if they're ready for that, I would look up and see if there is a summer camp for that kid's experience, what they're going through in their life right now, because the ability for them to go and connect with other kids from around the United States, around the world, that are going through the same thing as them is also just as impactful and amazing as them going to your average mountain camp.
Yeah, and those camps also have people who are trained and well equipped to be with kids who say have diabetes. They are people who know how to take care of kids and will make sure your campers are safe the entire time they're there.
Yeah.
One other thing that I think is important to bring up is to send your child to camp with or without a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And
Family, like a cousin.
Or a cousin or a family member. And I think that it is a comfort. I know for a lot of campers who might be a little nervous to go alone, it is great to have a sibling, a friend, or a cousin there. But I will say, with many, many years of experience, that the campers that get the most out of a residential, say 3-week based program are the kids that come without a friend.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying don't go with a friend. You need to find out what your child is comfortable with. But to go to a camp not knowing anyone, and in confidence, I will say they will have made connections and friendships that potentially could last a lifetime during those 3 weeks. That feeling translates into self-esteem. It translates into kids who are going to take chances on different things, on going to universities that they might not have gone to before. It's just going to create a sense of confidence in a child that might not have been there before.
Yeah. And I want to touch on just quickly, briefly, I've heard some parents and some friends of mine say, like, I can't imagine sending my kid away to be with adults that I don't know, to be with people that I don't know what they're telling them. I don't know, there's that fear element of control that you are trusting in these people to spend a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks with your kid. And that is, I think, a very big piece of remembering the ACA accreditation part of selecting a summer camp, because the American Camp Association, when they are accrediting a summer camp, they are looking for, is this a safe summer camp to send children? Do we want to put our stamp of approval? Families, this is a great place to send your kids. They're going to be safe here. And I just kind of want to ease nerves, because I know a lot of people feel nervous about that. Your kid is safe at camp. They're safe at camp, and they're going to be the people that are running those programs, the ACA programs, the WAKE programs. They spend all year hiring, planning, preparing, putting into motion everything they need to make sure that it is the best environment for your kid. And yes, it's a huge trust, but don't let that keep you from exploring the opportunity for them, because I think that some families just immediately block it out of no summer camp because of these fears. But I want you to hear from people who run camps and are very much a part of the camp industry that it is a highly discussed and important part of the business.
Involve your child, talk to the camp directors, take a chance. You never know. You could truly change your child's life with the summer camp that you choose.
Changed my life.
Me too.
Me too. All right. Thank you. This has been the Summer Camp Breakdown. My name's Paul.
And I'm Sydney.
And I'm Jacqui.
Thanks for watching.
Toodles.